How to remember everything. Improve your English. English fluency. Graded Reader. Part 1. Introduction. Welcome to this journey of learning, memory, and fluency. Imagine being able to remember everything you study, every word, every grammar pattern, every phrase in English. Imagine speaking English with confidence, where the right words come to you naturally, without hesitation. This video is designed to help you build that ability. It is a graded reader-style script. That means the English is clear, structured, and carefully written to help you understand and improve your skills while also learning powerful memory techniques. By the end of this lesson, you will know 1. The psychology of memory, how your brain stores and recalls information. 2. Simple but effective strategies to remember English words, grammar, and expressions. 3. How to combine learning and memory so that English fluency becomes natural. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding memory. Memory is the foundation of learning. If you cannot remember, you cannot learn. But here's the truth. You already have a powerful memory. Think about your childhood home, your favorite song, or even a funny moment with friends. You remember all of these because your brain connects them with emotions, images, and repetition. So why do we forget English words? It's not because your brain is weak. It's because the information is not stored in the right way. There are 3 stages of memory. 1. Encoding. This is when you first learn something. For example, hearing the English word confidence. 2. Storage. This is when your brain keeps the information. But if you don't review it, it fades. 3. Retrieval. This is when you recall the word in conversation. For example, saying, "I speak with confidence." To master English, you must train all 3 stages. Chapter 2. Why we forget. Forgetting is natural. Think of your brain as a garden. If you plant a seed but never water it, the plant dies. In the same way, if you learn a word but never use it, the word disappears. Psychologists call this the forgetting curve. After one day, you forget almost 70% of what you studied unless you review it. But here is the good news. When you review information at the right time, your memory becomes stronger and lasts longer. This is the secret to remembering everything. Spaced repetition. Chapter 3. Spaced repetition. Spaced repetition means reviewing information at intervals, after 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, and so on. This method works because every review tells your brain, this is important. Keep it. Let's take an example. Imagine you learn the phrase, break the ice, which means to start a conversation in a friendly way. Day 1, you learn it. Day 2, you review it in a sentence. I broke the ice by telling a joke. Day 4, you hear it in a video. Day 7, you use it in your own conversation. By day 14, the phrase is locked in your memory. If you want to remember everything in English, use this technique for every new word or phrase. Chapter 4. Memory Techniques for English Learners. Now let's explore practical techniques. 1. The Memory Palace. This is one of the oldest and most powerful methods. You imagine a place you know well, your house, your school, your office. Then you connect each English word with a location. For example, in your kitchen you imagine a giant apple speaking English. That reminds you of the word apple. In your living room you imagine someone reading with great confidence. The stronger the image, the stronger the memory. 2. Association. Your brain remembers when it connects the new with the old. If you learn the word fragile, meaning easily broken, imagine holding a glass cup and saying, this is fragile. 3. Visualization. Turn words into pictures in your mind. For example, the word journey. See yourself walking on a long road with a backpack. That picture helps the words stay in memory. For storytelling. Put words into a short story. For example, if you want to remember the words courage, Storm, victory, make a mini-story. During a big storm, I showed courage and finally I reached victory. Stories are easier to remember than single words. Chapter 5. Building English Fluency. Memory is not just about remembering. It is about using what you remember. To be fluent, you must practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing in a way that activates your memory. Here are key steps. 1. Listen actively. Don't just hear English, pay attention. Repeat phrases you hear. Try to copy the speaker's rhythm. 2. Speak daily. Even if you speak alone, practice sentences out loud. For example, today I feel happy because I am learning. I will speak English with confidence. 3. Read with purpose. Choose simple English stories, like Graded Readers. They help you learn new words in context. 4. Write for memory. Keep a journal in English. Write 5 sentences every night. This will connect your thoughts with language. Chapter 6. The Power of Review. If you want to remember everything, you must review consistently. Here is a simple routine. Morning, read or listen to 5 English phrases. Afternoon, speak them in sentences. Evening, write them in your notebook. This 3-step process, read, speak, write, locks the knowledge in your brain. How to remember everything. Improve your English. English Fluency, Graded Reader. Part 2. Chapter 7. Training your long-term memory. Short-term memory is like writing on sand. The waves of time wash it away. Long-term memory is like carving on stone. It lasts. So how do we move English words from short-term memory into long-term memory? The answer is deep practice and emotional connection. Think of a song you still remember from childhood. Why do you remember it? Because it had rhythm, repetition, and emotion. To build long-term memory for English, use the same formula. 1. Rhythm. Repeat phrases in a rhythm almost like singing. Example, step by step, I improve my English. Day by day, I speak with fluency. 2. Repetition. Review again and again, not in the same day, but over weeks. 3. Emotion. Connect the word with your feelings. Example, the word freedom. Imagine the joy of being free. When you add rhythm, repetition, and emotion, memory becomes permanent. Chapter 8. Thinking in English. One of the biggest blocks to fluency is translation. Many learners think in their native language first, then translate into English. This creates delay and mistakes. The key is to think directly in English. Here's how. Start with simple words. Look at an apple and think apple. Not your native word, but the English word. Move to phrases. When you wake up, think, I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. Later, describe feelings. I am tired but motivated. I will learn today. At first it feels slow, but after weeks your brain will start using English naturally. A useful exercise is shadowing. Listen to English audio, then repeat it at the same time as the speaker. This trains your brain to process English directly, without translation. Chapter 9. Emotional triggers for memory. The human brain remembers emotions more than plain facts. For example, you may forget what you studied yesterday, but you remember a happy or sad day from years ago. So, if you want to remember English, add emotion. Here are some methods. 1. Exaggerate. Make the picture in your mind bigger, funnier, stranger. Example, for the word gigantic, imagine a gigantic cat sitting on your roof. 2. Connect with real life. Don't just study the word success. Think of your own dreams of success. 3. Use humor. Funny images stick better. For the word slippery, imagine a banana sliding away wearing roller skates. Emotional triggers glue information into your memory. Chapter 10. Active recall. Many learners make the mistake of reading notes again and again. But this is passive learning. Passive learning does not build strong memory. Instead, use active recall. Here's how. Close your book. Ask yourself, what did I just read? Try to recall the key points without looking. For example, if you read a story with 10 new words, don't just look at them again. Close the page and try to list them from memory. This struggle to remember makes the memory stronger. Chapter 11. Practice in real situations. The more real the practice, the stronger the memory. That's why you should not only learn English in books, but also in conversations, videos, and daily life. Here are some ways. 1. Role play. Pretend you are in a real situation. For example, at a restaurant. Hello, I would like to order chicken, please. Waiter, sure. Would you like rice or bread with that? Rice, please. Even if you play both parts, it helps memory. 2. Daily use. Whenever you learn a new word, use it the same day in speaking or writing. If you learn optimistic, write, I am optimistic about my English learning. 3. Mini challenges. Challenge yourself to speak 5 minutes daily in English, no matter what. It trains your recall under pressure. Chapter 12. Reading as a memory tool. Reading is not only for understanding, but also for remembering. Graded readers are perfect for this. They use simple English, but they introduce new vocabulary and context. Here is how to read for memory. 1. Preview. Before reading, look at the title, pictures, and headings. Guess what the text is about. This prepares your brain. 2. Read actively. Don't just move your eyes. Speak some sentences out loud. 3. Underline and note. Highlight new words and write a small note or picture next to them. 4. Summarize. After reading, close the book and tell the story in your own words. This process moves knowledge from short-term into long-term memory. Chapter 13. Listening for fluency and memory. Listening is often passive. People play English audio in the background but don't focus. To remember, you must listen actively. Here's a method. First, listen. Just hear the whole piece without worrying. Second, listen. Pause after each sentence. Repeat out loud. Third, listen. Write down what you hear. This builds both listening and writing. Fourth, listen. Compare your version with the original. Doing this with even 2 minutes of audio daily will sharpen your memory and fluency. Chapter 14. Writing to lock memory. Writing is one of the strongest tools for memory because it combines thinking, vocabulary, and grammar. Here are 3 writing practices. 1. The one-sentence journal. Every night, write 1 sentence about your day. Example, today I studied English with focus. Word of the day. Pick 1 new word daily. Write 3 sentences with it. 3 summaries. After watching a video or reading a page, write a short summary. This not only improves writing, but also ensures you never forget what you learned. Chapter 15. Building. Automatic fluency. The final step is to make English automatic. This means speaking without thinking too much. Here's the method. Chunks, not single words. Learn phrases, not just words. Example. Instead of opportunity, learn a great opportunity for me. Your brain recalls phrases faster than separate words. 2. Repetition with variation. Say the same idea in different ways. I am learning English. I'm improving my English every day. Day by day, my English is getting better. This flexibility builds fluency. 3. Daily speaking routine. Spend at least 10 minutes speaking aloud. Record yourself. Listen, correct, and repeat. Over time, this makes English flow naturally without effort. Chapter 16, Review is the master key. We have already learned that review is powerful, but in part 3, let's go deeper. Your brain is like a muscle. If you lift weights only once, you will not grow strong. But if you lift weights again and again with rest in between, you grow stronger. Memory works the same way. Every review is like lifting a weight for your brain. Here is the golden review system. Review after 10 minutes. Review after 1 day. Review after 3 days. Review after 7 days. Review after 14 days. Review after 1 month. This is called spaced repetition, and it is how you can remember everything for life. You can use apps like Anki, Quizlet, or even a simple notebook to organize your reviews. Chapter 17, The Role of Sleep in Memory. Did you know your brain continues learning even while you sleep? When you sleep, your brain organizes the day's information, deciding what to keep and what to forget. If you want to remember everything, you must. 1. Sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. 2. Study before sleep. Your brain will review the material during the night. 3. Avoid distractions like phones before sleeping, because they interrupt memory processing. So one of the secrets to fluency is not only how you study, but also how well you sleep. Chapter 18. Using all senses to learn. The more senses you use, the stronger your memory becomes. Think of this example. If you read the word orange, you may forget it. But if you see a picture of an orange, smell an orange, taste an orange, and say the word orange, you will never forget it. So, when learning English, speak the word mouth plus ear. Write the word hand plus eyes. Imagine a picture, mind's eye. Connect with feeling, emotion. This multisensory approach locks words into memory. Chapter 19. The Power of Teaching Others. One of the fastest ways to remember is to teach. When you explain something to another person, you understand it better and recall it longer. So when you learn a new English phrase, try teaching it to a friend, a classmate, or even to yourself in front of a mirror. For example, word motivation. Teach yourself. Motivation means the energy to do something. For example, I have motivation to practice English every day. Teaching is like double learning. Chapter 20. The Role of Repetition in Daily Life. You don't need to study English for 5 hours every day. Even 20 minutes is powerful if you repeat daily. Remember, consistency beats intensity. Here's a simple daily routine. 1 morning, listen to a short English audio. 2. Afternoon, speak 5 sentences out loud. 3. Evening, write a short paragraph about your day. Day after day, this repetition builds a strong English brain. Chapter 21. Overcoming forgetting with context. Isolated words are hard to remember, but words in context are easy. For example, if you learn the word journey alone, you may forget it. But if you read a story, the journey was long, but I finally reached my goal. The word becomes meaningful. So always learn in context. Phrases instead of words, sentences instead of lists, stories instead of random grammar. Context is the natural memory system of your brain. Chapter 22. Visualization and Imagination. Your brain loves pictures. If you want to remember, close your eyes and imagine. For example, the word storm. Imagine dark clouds, loud thunder, heavy rain. See it, hear it, feel it. Now connect it with English. Yesterday, there was a big storm. This simple imagination makes memory strong. Chapter 23. The Power of Goals in Fluency. Without a clear goal, memory feels weak. But with a goal, your brain focuses like a laser. Here are examples of memory goals. I will remember 20 new words this week. I will speak for 10 minutes without forgetting my sentences. I will read one English story and summarize it. Goals give direction, and direction strengthens memory. Chapter 24, Overcoming Fear and Building Confidence. Sometimes you remember the words, but fear blocks you from speaking. This is not a memory problem, but a confidence problem. To overcome fear. 1. Start small. Speak simple sentences. 2. Celebrate small wins. Every sentence is progress. 3. Focus on communication, not perfection. When you feel confident, your brain relaxes and memory works better. Chapter 25, Technology and Memory. In today's world, you can use technology to train memory. Apps like Anki, Memrise, or Duolingo for spaced repetition. Recording apps to hear your own voice. Online readers for graded stories. But remember, technology is a tool, not the master. Use it wisely, with discipline. Chapter 26, The Journey of Lifelong Learning. Memory is not about memorizing everything in one day. It is about building habits that last for life. Fluency is a journey, not a race. Every day you learn one new thing, you grow. Every word you remember, every sentence you speak brings you closer to mastery. Final outro, closing part. We have reached the end of this journey together. Across 3 parts, you have discovered how memory works and why we forget. Techniques like spaced repetition, memory palace, association, and visualization. How to think in English and connect emotions with words. The role of sleep, repetition, and daily habits in fluency. How teaching, context, and imagination strengthen memory. Now the responsibility is yours. Knowledge without action fades, but knowledge with practice becomes power. So, don't just watch, practice. Don't just listen, speak. Don't just read, review. If you follow these steps, you will truly be able to remember everything and speak English with confidence. Clarity and fluency. Your brain is ready. Your memory is strong. Your journey has already begun. Keep moving forward and English will become a natural part of you. Thank you for joining this learning journey. Stay motivated, stay confident, and remember, repetition is the mother of memory, and practice is the father of fluency.